Hi there, Jerry Detweiler here from NAV, and today we're going to talk about how to get a business loan. There are so many options out there from so many different types of lenders. If you feel overwhelmed, you are not alone. So I want to break it down here for you and help you understand how to find the right business loan for your business. So first of all, you have to think about what type of loan you're looking for. Is it short term? Is it long term? How will you use the money? That makes a big difference because a short-term loan may be easier to get, may be faster to get, but it may not solve your capital needs. Now, you also want to think about how a lender is going to view you. So, what are they going to look at in your application? Many lenders do look at credit scores, not all do. Many of them do look at the owner's personal credit scores, but not all do. So if you don't have great credit, you may still have options out there. However, if you're looking for a traditional bank loan, which in many cases is often the best money you're going to get, you will expect that the lender will want to do a credit check on the owner. The same thing is true of many lines of credit and term loans. So a line of credit is like a credit card where you can borrow up to a certain amount and then pay it back over time. A term loan is where you borrow a fixed amount of money for a fixed period of time. Let's say $250,000 for 5 years, and you make payments until that is paid off. So with those traditional lenders, they do often check credit. Almost every lender is going to ask about your time in business. They want to know when your business was established. 2 years is almost like a magic number for many lenders, that if you've been in business for 2 years, that counts in your favor. But if you are a younger business, you may be able to get financing primarily based on the revenues of your business, and that factor may become less important. Financing like invoice factoring or invoice financing may also be available to a younger business. Now, I'll give you a quick tip. If you are a startup, it's hard to find financing, but there are options out there, and we've created a separate YouTube video. So make sure you check out the NAV YouTube channel and subscribe so you can check out our video on startup financing and other related business financing topics. Now, the other thing you're going to have to think about is the industry that you're in. Some lenders won't lend into certain industries and they will lend into others. Now, the way many lenders identify this is through something called an SIC or NAICS code, Standard Industrial Classification System code, or North American Industrial Classification System code. They're similar. NAICS is newer and it's more in depth. So often this code will appear on your business credit reports. So if you haven't checked your business credit reports, you want to check those because this code could make or break an application. I'll tell you a quick story. One of our NAV customers was having trouble getting financing, and he learned that his business credit report listed his NAICS code as being in the real estate industry. But actually, he was a sign manufacturer that made signs that real estate agents bought and put in yards when they were selling homes. So once he got his NAICS code changed to sign manufacturing, it was easier for him to get financing. So make sure that you check that out. The other thing you're going to need to be acutely aware of is your revenues. And this has become increasingly important now in today's environment. Many lenders will require you to provide business bank statements. They're going to analyze your revenues. In addition, before they finalize that loan and give you the money, they may actually ask to link to your bank account so that they can verify recent revenues and look for things like low balance days, bounce checks, other financing that maybe you haven't disclosed to them on the application, etc. This is extremely important. If you do not have a business bank account, that should be your first order of business after you get off this video. You need a business bank account, and you need to make sure that that's up to date and that you're using it exclusively for business activity. This can help you get additional financing. So we've talked about the revenues and the industry and the fact that some lenders will look at credit scores. So when it comes to credit scores, they may check the owner's personal credit, or they may check the business credit of the business, or they may check both. So you want to make sure both are in as strong shape as possible. If you have not built business credit, you don't know how, we've got a YouTube video for that. We'll teach you how to build business credit in some very simple and easy steps. So check that out. Now, if you have partners in your business, it's possible the lender may require credit checks on each of the owners, any owner with 20% or more interest. This varies depending on the type of financing that you're looking for, but certainly if you're looking at for an SBA guaranteed loan, they will require a credit check on owners with 20% or more credit, and that's a personal credit check. So make sure that you and any other owners in the business are transparent about your personal credit situation if you're going to get financing. All right, so we've talked about industry and credit, time in business, and your revenues or your bank statements. Those four are the most important. Now, some lenders are going to require collateral, some won't. It varies depending on the type of lender. So then how do you find the right lender for your business? This can be tough. There are over 6,500 different financing sources out there for small business owners, all trying to buy for your business. And the types of financing that are available can be difficult to decipher or confusing if you're not used to them. You may not understand what a cash advance is, for example, or what a factor rate is. So traditionally, bank lending is the most difficult to get, but it's often excellent terms. Microloans or small loans are often made through community development financial institutions, and those may be more flexible on the credit space. And in addition, there are a variety of online lenders which can offer short-term financing that may take out weekly or daily payments for that type of financing. They may offer invoice factoring if you invoice customers and it takes them a while to pay you, etc. We have a lot of educational materials about the different types of financing out there, and we'll link to those down below the video so you can look at those different types of financing. But when it comes to actually finding that lender, many business owners just take what they can get. So whoever's marketing to them at the moment and whatever seems fastest and easiest, that's what they go for. And unfortunately, that can lead you into some very expensive lending when you may have qualified for something at a lower interest rate or with better terms. So one thing we do at NAV, well, the main thing we do at NAV is we empower you to use your data to find lenders. So we're a marketplace, we're not a lender. But when you create a NAV account, we find out about your credit, find out about your revenues for your business, your time in business, etc. And then we use that to match you to lenders. We don't sell your information to lenders, so you won't get phone calls from lenders just because you have a NAV account. But instead, we'll present you with financing options based on your qualifications so you can see what's out there and make an informed decision and not just take the first lending option that comes along. And if you need some hand-holding, you can pick up the phone and talk to one of our experts, no pressure. They'll walk you through your options and help you understand what's out there. The other thing you want to do if you're thinking about getting financing is to be prepared to provide the documentation the lender needs. I was at a conference recently where a banker was talking to one of his customers, and the customer was furious because his loan had not closed that day as it was supposed to. This was a more than $1 million loan. And the banker said to him, I have an email here, and it was dated almost 5 months prior, stating the information the banker would have to have in order to close, and the borrower didn't provide that information, so their loan did not close on time. You need to be prepared for this. If you're going to get the best types of financing available, you got to think about it more like a mortgage than a credit card. It's not typically that kind of experience for a really good or large business loan. It's like a mortgage where you're going to have to provide bank statements and documentation. They may need a copy of your lease. They may need a corporate resolution. Understand that this is typical and it's what the bank or lender is going to use to make that decision and then give you the money that you need to grow your business. So invest the time to provide what they need. The more organized you are with bank statements, tax returns, knowing your credit scores, checking your business credit so you know your industry code and you know, for example, if there's any UCC filings, all those things go a long way toward helping you be prepared for a business loan. I'm going to stop there. We could go on with a lot more, but I'm happy to answer questions. So make sure you post them down in the comments. If you have questions about these materials, look at the other links we're going to share to help you implement this advice. And then the best advice I can give you right now is to check your credit, business and personal credit. You can do that for free at NAV. No credit card required, no impact to your credit score. That's the first step to becoming lender ready. And then the second thing I would suggest you do is to make sure that your business bank account is open, up to date, and you're using it only for business purchases. So we have a question. Can you help me get a business checking account? Yes, absolutely. So we'll put a link down below that's going to give you a link to some of the best business checking accounts, including free business checking and business checking that doesn't require a large minimum deposit. We know that's a hurdle for many business owners. They don't have a lot of money to start out their bank account. And so we want to make it easier for you to find the right bank account to get started. All right, thanks for joining me today. Let us know what other videos we can create to be helpful to you as you grow your business, and we'll continue to help you find the financing that you need. Have a great day.